No. The worst thing about this particular app is, there we go. Okay. I was going to say the worst thing about this app is that it doesn't let you edit the title of your stream until you begin streaming. I don't know why they do that. Doesn't make much sense to me. Let me see something here. Wonder how this works. How about that? Yes. You might recall that I was putting together some furniture last night, and today I got the rest of it put together. That light is one of the things that I put together. No big deal. I mean, it's just it's a little lamp. It's whatever. It's rose gold. It's a rose gold lamp, not rolled gold. Rolled gold. It's not rolled gold. Remember rolled gold? Is that what they were called? The pretzels that Jason Alexander came out and advertised during the Super Bowl one year. Rolled gold. Got to watch out for rolled gold. People were trying to talk on Twitter earlier today about Comicsgate. I suppose that I need to start talking about it more. Now would be a good time to talk about it more. Because it seems like you're getting... Hold on, it says poor connection. What is... Is it working now? People were talking about Comicsgate on Twitter. And I suppose it's a good time to start talking about it because I am... I'm a future Comicsgate creator. And I've been in the mix since very early on. Ethan Van Sciver inspired me to take up the task of comic bookery once again. Something that I really wanted to do when I was in high school. And I kind of set it over to the side when I decided to start playing music. Now I've decided to go ahead and bundle them together. And that is why the next Super Divorce album will have a comic book component. Really, we might say that Super Divorce is going to become musically a component of the comic book. One could make that case. But, you know. So what the fuck's going on here? What the fuck? What the fucking shit? What I have to do in every stream is have at least one little segment where I curse a lot to make sure that my videos don't get charged $50,000 for every instance where the government thinks that I might have possibly been targeting children to watch my videos. These are not children's videos anymore. I used to try and run a family-friendly, somewhat clean channel. because that used to be what YouTube wanted you to do for advertisers. Now they've thrown this whole thing in the mix where it's like, well, if you have a family-friendly channel and you say you're not targeting children, but we think you are, or Jerry Nadler thinks that you are, then we might go ahead and fine you $50,000 for every video that you get wrong as far as your labeling goes. So I said, you know what's going to be fucking simple is I just say the entire channel is not safe for children, not safe for work, it's not targeted for kids underage, and I'm going to make it a point to curse unnecessarily in each video, where I might say things like fuck or cock shit or a pussy wafer, something like that. These things that really don't even need to be here. Where people would be like, that's just not necessary. And it's like, you know what? You are exactly right. It's not. I didn't need to say that. Not previously, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to maintain my YouTube channel while also making sure that I don't get charged $50,000 per video that some algorithm thinks is targeted at kids, but it's not. So, anyhow, because we're talking about comic books, we're talking about video games, we're talking about a bunch of horse shit. Here's something. And I brought these upstairs because of a specific thing. Now, there are a lot of people out there these days who are into stuff like vaporwave, who are into things like future funk music. A lot of people are capitalizing on a 90s aesthetic, but maybe you weren't there, like I was. Maybe you don't know what it was like to wake up in the morning and watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers at 7 a.m. before your elementary school day started. Maybe you don't know what that's like. Maybe you don't know what the 90s tasted like. Well, I saw these recently when I was at Target, and I got them for my son because I'm not eating a lot of food like this these days. But I decided to have one tonight because I thought it would be good fodder for the stream. And I said it would be a good thing to share with everyone in case you didn't know what it tasted like in the 90s or what it looked like. Well, these wild frosted wild berry Pop-Tarts, this is the kind of thing you would have seen a lot of in the 1990s. And the taste, the sort of berry, I've already bitten into this a few times. Oops. This is the taste of the 90s. I mean, if you want to know what it was like living in the 90s, what I would say is find a DVD of maybe like a Nickelodeon mixtape featuring maybe the Rugrats and Are You Afraid of the Dark? If you want to go earlier than that, I guess you could go with Hey Dude, Welcome Freshman. That's really early. But any of that stuff, get a 1990s Nickelodeon mixtape DVD, put that in, go and buy some of these at your local Target. Possibly get some Capri Suns. You can still buy those now. What's up, Thick Jam? How's it going? Do I like Pop-Tarts? Well, I don't eat them often, but I do like these. I was just talking about how these right here, I would say, are very emblematic of the 1990s. I was explaining that if you were not alive in the 90s and you want to know what the 1990s tasted like, you should go ahead and purchase a box of frosted Wildberry Pop-Tarts, and you should put on a Nickelodeon mixtape. You could hook up your Sega Genesis and play some. Hey there, big boy, says Joe S. Hello, Joe S. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'm talking about the 1990s. The taste of the 90s has to be something like these Wildberry Pop-Tarts. Do I like kids? You know what? That's I mean, look, I'm a father of 2 young sons. So, I like kids in that respect. Of course, I love being a father, a family man. But if you're trying to insinuate sort of horseplay and inappropriate things, then no. The answer is no. The answer is we would say a hard no on that. I have no time in my life. I don't think that humanity has time for people who get into those things. Though there are movements for people who get into that kind of stuff. And I would say that those people need to be driven out. Driven out very quickly, with haste, with much haste. There are things in this world that should never be normalized, and I would say that that's one of them. Now, back to the regularly scheduled programming, where I was talking about more enjoyable, wholesome things, though I did get the cursing out of the way for this stream, as I always have to do, to make sure I don't get fined $50,000 per video by the government. Am I religious? Really coming at me with some questions here. Thick Jam. Hold on. Someone says Big Chungus. Fade Kano. Big Chungus on the Xbox. Am I religious? That depends on what your definition is. How old am I? I'm old enough to know what the 90s was like. How about that? I'm old enough to speak with authority on the fact that I think this Pop-Tart tastes like the 90s. I can say that. I can say that very well. With authority. This kind of tastes like you're waking up in the morning. You stumble down the hallway with your blanket, lay down on the living room couch, turn on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, watch it, maybe watch Mighty Max afterward. I have no authority. I have plenty of authority. I have all the authority I need right now to speak on the things of which I'm speaking. Thick Jam says, I reckon you're in your 30s. Good call. You know, one thing you can tell about this Pop-Tart is that it has heavily inspired the Vaporwave movement. Did you know that? You know, Vaporwave, the music genre, was inspired by this Pop-Tart, as it was inspired by dying malls and old sculptures and other things of other natures, right? Fade Kano seems to be very interested in promoting Big Hungus on the Xbox. Joe S. says, I need facts or I don't believe you, sir. What kind of facts do you need? I don't know what kind of facts, what more facts do you want? I've given you a rundown of what it was like, what I did when I woke up in the mornings in the 1990s. See, you know what? I think that I was born in the perfect year. I will make a case for the fact that I was born in the perfect year. I was born... I was born in 1985. And so, the first things that I got into as a very, very young boy, I would say between the ages of 2 and 3, the first toys that I ever had were from all the coolest shit in the 80s. So the first franchises, we would call them now, that I was into were like G.I. Joe, Transformers, G1, Ghostbusters, fucking Masters of the Universe. That was like the first wave of cool shit that I was into as a kid. Then once we hit the 90s and all that stuff came out, I was still young enough to get into all that too. So it's like, because you didn't really have a bunch of new stuff, of course I cuss. I have to fucking cuss. There's a whole segment that I do on every video where I just say fuck words to make sure that the government doesn't think this video is for children, because they are going to start doing that apparently. That's what I've heard. They're going to start testing every video with algorithms and AI bots. They're going to send their government bots through every single video on YouTube to make sure that you're not targeting children for your videos, so you don't think that you're going to pull a fast one, so you can get ad revenue while also making children-oriented videos, which I'm not doing, and I've never said that's what I was doing. But I did try to keep it family-friendly because previously YouTube said if you curse a lot, your videos can't get monetized. And I wanted to make a little scratch while I was here, but I can't do that now. I don't know what the fuck is going on YouTube anymore. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I'm not trying to make money here. I just want to sort of build a channel up. So Joe S. wants to know, you won see me pull a fast one in my Toyota Supra. Sure. Go for it. Did anyone watch the Wilder Fury fight tonight? Any boxing fans here? I watched that. That was fantastic. I got the outcome that I was hoping for. It was a good bout. It didn't go the distance like the last one, but it was a decisive victory. And I won't spoil it in case someone out there is hoping to stay away from a spoiler. Maybe I'll talk about it in a minute. But no one else here has said anything about the fight, so, yeah. People might be saying, oh, you're just a jock. What are you, some sort of jock talking about boxing matches? What are you, some sort of jock? By the way, last night I was still putting together all this furniture, and I got that all set up tonight. We can take a quick look around. Here's behind me. This is a chalkboard. Thick Jam, thick with 2 C's. By the way, it's a good name. But I wonder why you went with 2 C's and not 3. What held you back from going with the thick with 3 C's? Because that seems like the obvious choice. So back here we have a chalkboard, and on the other side of that, actually, if you flip it around, it is a white board with the dry erase markers that you can use. I'll be using that for ideas for music and for comic books. Here's the couch that I put together last night. We got some pillows here. Pretty much everything came from IKEA. It's a good place to go. It's a good way to support national morale in Sweden. It's a good way to show your support for PewDiePie over T-Series. Here's a nice globe floor lamp that I purchased on Amazon. This is a rose gold color. I like that a lot. No, I won't do a whole house tour. I've got a sleeping child. I don't want to make too much noise, but I can give you an office tour. This is a new office. Previously, everything you see here was an unfinished attic, and I have turned this into a livable area with the help of a very skilled handyman, craftsman. We've built some bookshelves over on the wall there. We've got this nice rug right here on this side, nice yellow shag rug. This coffee table with these cool little slidey out drawers, or bins, you might call them bins. Plenty of storage here. Across the room, you can see the green carpet. My wife thinks it looks a little bit like AstroTurf, but I love it. I think it's a great color. I think we've got some great color combos going on in this room. Some good dynamics. Joe S. says this is some high-octane video. Well, that's what I aim to do, is bring you high-octane content, high-octane tours of my office, high-octane snacks from the 90s that you're not going to get anywhere else on YouTube. Thick Jam's colorblind. That's too bad. Can't you do something about that? Don't they make glasses now? Colorblind goggles that you can put on and you can actually see things as they are. I heard that somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe you can get, do they do like a LASIK eye surgery for people who are colorblind? You broke your colorblind glasses. That's not good. Well, why don't you get a new pair? Are they expensive? How much does it cost? How much does it cost to buy a pair of colorblind glasses? Your dog sat on them. I don't know if I believe that. That sounds like a very silly thing to have happen. You would either have to have very dainty glasses or a very girthy dog. That right there is a desk that can move up and down. Maybe you've heard of this. Have you guys ever heard of this? You ever heard of a desk that moves up and down that can actually... That's what that desk does. So I don't even need to use that chair that I'm pointing at, though I like it. It's nice and comfortable. That chair also moves up and down, but it's not an automatic thing. It has a handle on the side, and then you can lift yourself up or put yourself back down. This over here, this desk, is electronic, and you can decide how high or how low you want it. So that's pretty cool. And then over in that corner right there, we're going to have another desk. That'll be for my computer and for my keyboard for music. That's not here yet. That'll be here next week. That's kind of what we're looking at. That's the lay of the land. Hey, mister, says Fade Kano, why is your channel name Super Divorce? Are you a divorce? I am not a divorce. I'm not a divorcee. This, in fact, Super Divorce used to be a 4-piece, what would you call it? You could say, if you're just generalizing, it would be a rock and roll group. If you were trying to narrow it down into a specific genre, it would be post-hardcore, if we want to go there. We were a post-hardcore band, a 4-piece. And then we had some personnel issues, we could say, and and then things fell apart. It went down to 2 members, and we decided to play 80s synth pop music, and then it went down to 1 member, and here I am. And I will be playing 80s tinged synth pop with a little bit of influence from maybe some late 70s, early 80s funk. and Japanese city pop. And I'm also going to be making a comic book that goes along with my next album. So hopefully that answers. Why was I called Super Divorce? Why am I called Super Divorce? Because before the 4-piece band was called Super Divorce, it was a band called Sleep Star Ignition. And that band broke up. But all of us except one member decided to get back together and make a new band. And that was Super Divorce. We thought it was a divorce, but it was super because it worked out. It was okay. It was a super divorce. And I've kept the name, but I'm not divorced in real life. I'm actually happily married. I've been married since 2008 to my Haskell sweetheart. So it's all good. Joe S. wants to know, can you give us some more high-octane content like singing? Maybe. Fade Kono wants to know, like Fortnite. What about like Fortnite? I don't play Fortnite. I'm not a fan of that game. Do I like rock and roll? Of course I like rock and roll. Fade Kono loves playing Fortnite. Do I play Fortnite? Fade Kono loves Big Chungus. I don't play Fortnite. I think Fortnite looks stupid. I've always thought Fortnite looks stupid. From the moment I saw that game, I thought it looked dumb. Okay? When it comes to online shooters, I'm a man of simple tastes, and I always have been. To this very day, my favorite online shooter is still Counter-Strike. Okay? So when I see all these fancy doodads that people are wielding in their third-person mode on a game like Fortnite, building this and that, and even you got people playing Call of Duty with your little drops and your XPs and all your double XP weekends. I still want to fire up Counter-Strike Source and play Office for 5 hours. Or maybe I'll do Gun Game if I'm feeling really crazy one night. But that's where it is for me. I've never played a shooter that has taken the place of Counter-Strike. The closest anything got, and you're probably going to laugh if you know what it is. A lot of people don't even know. They missed it completely. But you played yourself. Lawbreakers was the most fun that I've had with a shooter since I started playing Counter-Strike. And no one played it, and then it died within like a few months of being out. And a lot of people, a lot of mean-spirited dickheads online saw fit to revel in it, to bask in it, and to give Cliffy B a bunch of shit because Lawbreakers failed, and they were happy. Meanwhile, the dedicated following of Lawbreakers remains heartbroken to this very day because we can't even fucking play. We can't even play the goddamn practice mode. They won't let you. There's no way to even fucking connect so that you can play against bots. How fucking stupid is that? It's a bunch of horse shit. And it was the closest that I've ever come to finding a game that I felt was worthy of replacing Counter-Strike. As far as if I was going to hop on and play a multi-person FPS, that was it. Now it's ruined forever. Joe S. says Doom is the almighty. I mean, Doom's great, but that scratches a different itch for me. I never really got it. Well, I didn't really do much with the Doom multiplayer, but I loved the traditional story mode. That's good stuff. I won't deny that. I was looking at the cap here from my Coors Original, and it says quietly work. let success speak up. Some people could take a lesson from that. Now, a few people on Twitter could learn a thing or two there. So, you know, there's my Pop-Tart. There's my beer. I was just hopping on real quick. Nothing real big going on. What I'm hoping is that my new desk arrives very soon. I will get that set up over there. I will bring my computer up here. And then early next week, I'll be able to get back on Shenmue 3 to do some streaming of that. And then I'm going to look at doing some different daily videos again. Commenting on this and that. And it'll be fun. Yeah. But recently, this has been my life, is getting this all in order. This has been months of work now. And I've had to focus on it. Finally, it is here. I'm sitting down on this couch. I'm enjoying myself. Hooray. Okay? So thank you guys for being here, for watching. And if you've not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Bong the gong for notifications so that you know when I go live. You can come and hang out, get notified of any new videos, and have a good time. Okay? So I will talk to you soon. Bye.